Hello and welcome to my weekly video blog, and today on A Vogel Talks Menopause I'm going to be talking about 3 unexpected symptoms of the menopause. If you like my tips and advice, then please subscribe and remember to hit the bell icon so you can be notified of all my new videos. Problem with the menopause is there are lists and lists of symptoms, and so many women can experience quite a strange combination. What can happen too is that the falling hormones and the stress that this puts the body under can weaken our immune system, and that can make us much more vulnerable to certain health issues. And I thought today that I would go through 3 of those that very often appear in the menopause. They may not necessarily be directly linked to the menopause, but a lot of women end up being much more prone to them when they go through the menopause. So number 1 is cold sores, and we do know that for a lot of women they can be more prone to cold sores during pregnancy, also at certain times of the month. So there is definitely a link between your vulnerability to cold sores and to your hormone levels. If you also add in other factors such as stress, such as fatigue, such as diet, and for a lot of women, dry lips can be a main symptom during the menopause. So all of these can compound the situation, which means that you may end up getting cold sores on a regular basis. One of the best ways to treat cold sores is to use propolis ointment, and you can apply this directly to the cold sores. Just make sure that it's an ointment rather than a cream, just so that it will stay on the skin that little bit longer. You can look at supplements. Zinc can be really helpful for healing, and also there's a supplement called L-lysine which can be very helpful for treating cold sores. Remember to keep out of the sun too, because some people do find that going out in the sunshine can trigger cold sores. Number 2 is shingles. It is known that women, middle-aged women, so that's your 40 to 60-year-olds, are much more likely to get shingles than men in the same age groups. And again, this can be due to the hormonal changes and also maybe a weakened immune system. So again, it's about strengthening and supporting our immune system. You could look at supplements such as our immune support, which contains vitamins and minerals such as vitamin D, vitamin C, and zinc. You could also apply St. John's wort oil to the shingles. This is known to be helpful at helping to decrease the pain and the irritability. You can try to support and strengthen your immune system generally by looking at diet, looking at lifestyle, and also dealing with stress. Our nutritionist, Emma, has compiled a great guide, the A to Z, in how to support your immune system, and there will be a link up to that in the description. Number 3 is puffy eyes. This can be a horrible one because it can affect the way that you look, and very often it's difficult to disguise puffy eyes with makeup. Again, lowering estrogen can affect the collagen production, so our skin, especially around the eyes, can get much thinner, it can get less supported, and we can end up with little wrinkles underneath the eyes. Puffy eyes can also be linked to dehydration. So especially if you get the dark circles under the eyes, that's usually your kidneys begging for water. So in this situation, you can look at makeup and creams that have hyaluronic acid in them, because that's known to help to strengthen and support the skin. And just make sure that you drink loads of water, and very often with the water, the puffy eyes can disappear within a couple of days. Also, watch your intake of caffeine, fizzy drinks, and salt as well can be a big issue if you've got quite a high salt diet. That can result in puffy eyes. and also make sure that your lymph system is working well. That's the system that helps to promote and support fluid in the body. And the best way to do that is regular exercise, just to keep everything moving. So I hope you found these ones interesting and the tips helpful. If any of you have experienced any of these and have great ways of dealing with them, then please share your tips. We would love to hear them. And until then, I'll see you next week for another edition of A. Vogel Talks Menopause.